You are now listening to Danny's Daily Dose podcast. Darling, hi.
Hello, darlings. Hi. So, on today's episode of Danny's Daily Dose, happy Mother's Day. Yay! And on this episode, I would just like to let it be known before I even get into anything. Just because you have popped out a child, you have given birth, does not necessarily make you a mother. Okay? There are women who have not given birth, but they have the little fur babies. They are teachers. They are mentors. They are coaches. They guide people in some sort of way. You're a mom. You are a mom. If you have no interaction with children per se, but you have a business, that's your baby. Your business is your baby. Okay? I have friends that have like 6 kids, all because they have 6 businesses. Okay? So, happy Mother's Day to all of you out there. Now, I asked a couple of y'all to leave a comment underneath the post. I think it was last week, because I wanted to address some things that I feel we pretty much all share in common, and that is, what are your fears around motherhood? So I'm gonna read something to you. Okay? So, honestly, Rose said her fear is the unknown of it all and like giving birth. Yeah. I've heard horror stories ripping from Rooter to Tutor. I'm not even looking forward to that one. Kimberly Marisa said not getting enough sleep. Queen Vamp Squad, Alluring Amethyst, Get 'em Girl 159, all had the same fears of not being able to protect your child. Let me see. Queen Vamp said, I'm concerned about not protecting and loving my child the way he or she deserves, and repeating those past cycles that have been passed through my family. That was the general consensus. The main ones that I saw underneath my comment section, and I appreciate all of you commenting. The main general consensus was not being able to protect your child from what the world might have. And also the big one was projecting, not being a great parent, not, healing enough in you that you pass it on to your mom, or how you all like to say, you turn into your mama. In us being afraid of what we might do, we cause it. Just think about that for a minute. We all fear turning into our mom, being overprotective, a helicopter mom, not understanding our children, not getting enough love or giving enough love to our kid. What do? We end up perpetuating it, and we end up waking up one morning and say, damn, I did the exact thing I didn't want to do. Think about that for a second. For example, anybody who knows me knows that I love kids, I love dogs too, but they always come to me. Children have come to me, they've stopped crying, they've turned into laughy children, and they just want to cuddle and they just want to play. And one of my personal biggest fears is I'm going to have a kid, and my daughter, her name is going to be Lily, my daughter's not going to like me. That is my biggest fear. So what happens? I'm going to have Lily, and I'm going to love on her, and I'm just going to be all over her, just, coddling, just, oh, you need something? You good? You good? You good? You good? You good? Trying so hard to make sure that she likes and loves me, that in turn she's going to hate me, and she's going to push me off. You create the fear. The one thing that you fear the most, you end up creating the whole entire scenario. As much as you try to avoid it. Like, what was it? Kung Fu Panda, Uwe said it best. One often meets his greatest fears on the road to avoiding it. You have to make sure that you don't overthink it. You don't overanalyze it. Don't have anxiety about things that haven't even happened yet. That is like the main definition of anxiety, is you're afraid of the future. And it hasn't even happened. I'm sitting over here wondering what it's going to look like at my daughter's wedding. I ain't even married. I ain't even have a baby yet. And I'm sitting here worried about what's going to happen when my kid goes to school. Is my daughter going to be bullied? And I know, I totally get it. Times are crazy as hell right now. I would fear raising a son in this climate right now because the world is all types of schizo crazy. It's way worse than in my lifetime ever. But we can't be afraid to bring children into this world because the way that we raise our kids right now, this generation, is going to make for a better tomorrow. If we raise our children with compassion and with understanding and with love, they will grow up to be compassionate, understanding, and loving people. That's what it is. We are the ones that change the future because we start with today. Okay? We can't fear what might possibly happen. We can change. That's what they mean when they say we can change the world today. Start now. Start with your kids. And I'm not saying force feed it to them. Let your child be a child. Let your kid be them. Okay? And that's one thing I feel that's where the starting point is. Our parents were the ones that were notorious for saying, what you crying for? Stop all that crying. I'm going to give you something to cry about. Fix your face. Don't talk back. No. Now we're the generation that with our kids are crying. What's wrong? Take a deep breath. Tell mommy what's the matter, and mommy will try to help you. If you feel mommy did something to hurt your feelings, tell mommy. And then mommy will apologize. That's what our generation is doing. We are currently in the thick of raising some of the most well-rounded, emotionally healthy children. All because we are learning from what our parents did, and we are breaking the generational curse, in a sense, of these bad habits that our parents had. But it wasn't our parents' fault because they learned it from their parents, who learned it from their parents. That's why it's a generational curse or a generational habit. That's all it is. And that's what we gotta break. So start today. And I promise you, y'all are not bad moms at all. You're not. All of your fears and your worries are logical. The fear about childbirth and passing away from childbirth, Desi, I remember that one. The fears of the pain, the fears of, is my child gonna be okay when they grow up and I send them out in this world? My mom even commented, mommy, and she said that her fears were raising a child and having to be responsible for that one person. And every single thing that they do is reliant on, did you teach them right? And she did. She told me very well. So, release your fears around it. And just teach your children to be filled with love, to be filled with understanding, and to be filled with compassion in everything.